What's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. I always have to welcome myself back to my channel too, because I'm not on my YouTube channel. I'm not as present as I am my podcast on YouTube. Did that just make sense? No. I'm not as present on YouTube as I am on my podcast. Anyway, you guys, so today's gonna be a story time. Is that what millennials call it? I'm gonna do a little story time. I guess it's story time. I don't know. I'm gonna share a story with you. But before I share that story, I have to let you guys know that this video is not intended to be a form of medical treatment. It's not intended to be, it's nothing but me sharing my story with you. Okay, so I just have to put that little disclaimer out there. So what's the story? It's my PMDD treatment story and why I chose the form of treatment that I chose. So when I started my treatment, initially back in my 20s, I didn't even know I had PMDD. I just tried antidepressants because that's what people did. If you weren't happy all the time, or you were angry, you had spouts of depression, and you just were never happy, that was the thing to do, trying antidepressants. So that's what I did. And the first one I tried was Zoloft, and the Zoloft caused me to try and commit suicide. So that didn't work out so well. And then years later, you know, I still had the same symptoms of just trying to remember what PMDD was like for me when it was bad. Every 2 weeks, I was either depressed, crying, or crazy. I had extreme paranoia, and I just assumed whoever I was with was like out to, they were cheating on me, or they were doing something to me. I'd cry, I used to slash my arm. I had knife marks on my arm all the time. I would scream, I would throw things, I would snoop, I would do drive-bys, I would throw shit at people. It was bad. And I knew that wasn't normal. So sometime in my early 30s, I finally got diagnosed with PMDD. And I think the first thing they tried for me was birth control, which I had taken birth control in the past, but it always given me a headache. I just didn't feel good. So I'm like, okay, I'll try this birth control. That didn't work. And then started I felt like a science experiment. I started taking different pills, and each pill made me worse. I was hesitant because of what the Zoloft made me do. But you know, I wanted to feel better, right? I wanted to be normal. I didn't want to be this like freaking crazy, angry, paranoid woman that was short and, you know, impatient with my kids and whoever I was with. And you can't exactly go around throwing keys and Snapple bottles at bosses. It's not a good way to live. So I knew I had to do something. So I tried medication. I tried Paxil. I tried Wellbutrin. And I tried, I feel like there was one other one and I can't think of it now. I think I tried Zoloft again. They all made me worse, right? I didn't even give them 2-3 weeks. I noticed it right away. Like the side effects were like, yeah, no, I'm not living like this. So then I tried Yaz, which was a pill that was just for PMDD, and that made me almost worse than the SSRIs did. Like that last time I tried Yaz, I like was in tears, depressed every single day for as long as I was on it. I don't even think I was on it that long. I gave it like 2-3 weeks maybe. I was a hot ass mess. I was miserable. So after all of those like experiments, I decided, you know what, nothing works for me. Oh, somebody was like, oh, try maca works, try maca root. Try 5-HTP, try these things. And I tried it and those made me worse. So I'm like, what the hell? The natural root isn't working for me. The, SSRIs aren't working for me. I guess I'm just aft. Like nothing is working for me. So I just chalked it up to, you know what? This is your life. And every 2 weeks, you are going to be crazy. You're going to be crazy. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be angry. Whoever decides to come out, during that 2 weeks, that's what you're going to be. And then my late 30s, I lost my best friend to breast cancer. And I was starting to dip into like my self-love experiment then. I say self-love experiment because I read that book, but my self-love journey, I was starting to dip my toe in the water. I was reading books and watching The Secret and things like that. So I was at the very beginning of my journey, and then I lost my best friend, and I was in a relationship that I shouldn't have been in, and I hit rock bottom. Like, I was miserable every day. I would go to the shower and cry because I didn't want my kids to see me that way. I didn't want the guy that I was with to see me that way. I would literally sometimes go in the bathroom a few times a day and just cry. Like, I just felt so lost. And this one time I just hit rock bottom, and I'm like, I can't live like this anymore. And after conversations, you guys, when you watch somebody die of cancer, it's not pleasant. And I try not to beat myself up because I think I was like in denial when my best friend was dying of cancer. So I don't feel like I was there as much as I should have been there, because it was hard for me to watch and just see that. But during the times I was there, her and I would I'd go to her apartment and we'd sit up late at night and we would talk, like sometimes 2, 3 in the morning. We'd talk and talk and talk. And or when she was still doing well enough to go, like leave the house, we'd go and have lunch or something, and we would talk, and she would tell me these things and just like, make sure you live your life. Live the life you want to live, because it's short, and this is coming from your best friend who loves you and who's effing dying of cancer. That's the shit she used to say. So after she died, I hit rock bottom. I was in that relationship, and I'm like, I can't live like this anymore. And I remember what she told me. I'm like, okay, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be like there's got to be a better way. So that's when I really dove into the self-help world, you guys. And the first thing I did was I started practicing gratitude. And as simple as it sounds, gratitude changed my life. I had to look at it because I was like in Debbie Downer mode. I had PMDD. I was in a miserable relationship. I didn't like my job at the time. I was depressed and lost my best friend. Like, I just was in this dark place where I felt sorry for myself. So to be able to reach in and find things to be thankful for, like I live in a beautiful home. I have healthy kids. I have my health. I'm here. Like, I had to dig deep and start practicing gratitude. And then I decided to better my career and get a career I was proud of. And I got my real estate license. I passed a real estate exam on the first try, and I was very proud of myself for that. And I just started doing little things to work on myself. I also discovered that when I ate sugar, it took me a long time to figure this out. My PMDD was a million times worse. Like, I'm like, oh, wow. So I discovered that. And then I just really started working on myself. And when I want to learn how to do anything, I go and I seek out somebody that's already doing it. I seek out someone that's already living the life that I want to live, right? I mean, I think we all do. We aren't going to try to learn something or go to somebody that doesn't know For example, if you want to train to be a baseball player, you're not going to go to a football player to teach you, right? If you want to be a runner, you're not going to have somebody that's never run a day in your life teach you. You know what I mean? You're gonna seek out people that are already living that life you want to live, and that's exactly what I did with myself and my PMDD. I sought out, okay, the people that aren't suffering anymore, or the people that are living the life I want to live, what are they doing? What are they doing? Because this is what I observed. And again, this is my opinion. This is my story. This is what I experienced. Don't take this like, I'm quoting my medicine or anything like that. Especially if you are on a medication, you cannot quote a medicine cold turkey. You need to talk to your doctor. But this is my story. This is my story time, damn it. What I observed, and this isn't just with PMDD, this is with anybody that's had any mental disorder, mood disorder, anything like that. All of those people that I knew that are on medication, they weren't 100%. They're still having suicidal ideations. They still get depressed. I'm like, oh, I'm better, but I get depressed. I used to get depressed like 4 weeks out of the month, and now it's only like, 2. Or I used to have suicidal ideations like every day. Now it only happens like 3 times a month. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, no, you lost me. I don't want that. If you're not better, I don't want to know what you're doing, right? Now, don't get me wrong. PMDD is not one size fits all. But for me, it was important to seek out the mentors and the people that were living the life I wanted to live. I wanted to know what they were doing. I've listened to so many people that have cured their depression through diet, through mindset, through gratitude, through God, and I'm like, okay, nothing they're doing is going to hurt me. So what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose by practicing gratitude? And I talk about this in my podcast all the time. You guys all know I am a gratitude junkie, and there's a reason for that. Gratitude changed my life. Gratitude was the beginning of my self-love journey. Gratitude, you guys, it changed my life because it was simple. And when I talk about these things on my podcast, sometimes I'll get an email or a comment. They're like, oh, it's under form of PMDD treatment. I never said it was. Right? I'm telling you what helped me. I'm telling you how I've watched it help other people. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you it's treatment. But let me ask you this. Is practicing gratitude in addition to what you're doing going to hurt you? No, absolutely not. Is cutting sugar, and I'm not talking fruit, I'm talking about processed crap sugar. Is cutting sugar going to hurt you if you add it to what you're already doing? No, it's not. Is changing your mindset going to hinder you in any way? No. How can somebody telling you to change your mindset hinder you? If you guys, what we focus on, we feel. It's PMDD Awareness Month, and I'm going to tell you right now, I went 2 days ago, and I had to delete half the people I was following, because while I appreciate that it's PMDD Awareness Month, and I appreciate that we're getting the word out there, my Instagram feed was dark because people like to, and I get it, you're trying to communicate how dark and how bad PMDD can make you feel. So I get that. So you want to give that visualization of it's dark. So my feed was dark. You see lots of dark things. I can't do that. Right? That's part of how I healed myself, by removing myself from the negativity, by removing myself from the dark. I don't want to read and see darkness. Okay? Because that doesn't help me. Seeing darkness doesn't help me. Seeing inspiration, seeing positivity, seeing people that are living the life I want to live, that helps me. I want to know what they're doing. If you're still miserable and you're telling me, the medical studies they take, this is known to help, but you yourself are still in that dark place, I don't want help from you. I'm sorry, I don't want help from you. Again, I'm not knocking medication. I'm just telling you what I chose and how I chose my treatment. So I decided to change myself because I believe in treating. I talked to a doctor the other day and she said it perfect. She said, oh, you've got to treat, like, so many people are treating the symptoms, not the cause. I believe in treating the cause. And for 2 years, that's all I did. I had to dig deep into the world of myself. I had to deal with that trauma from my childhood. I had to forgive. I had to change what I focused on. Again, what we focus on, we feel. So I had to focus on positive things. I had to detox my life. I had to get rid of the negative people. I had to get rid of the negative mindset. And then once I did all of that, then I'm like, okay, I'm still not 100%. So what can I do? I took the Dutch test, found out what's going on inside my body, and I'm on supplements now. I'm on a couple herbal supplements and some vitamins. I can't tell you what vitamins you should be taking. I love the Dutch test because it worked for me. I was able to find out what I was depleted in, what my body needed. And you guys, last month, with the exception of the 2 times I ate ginger snaps, it was like I didn't even have PMDD. Like I never had it. And I've had that happen a few times. So it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. Some people want to take a pill and have everything be better. And if you find that, to each his own. You know what I mean? I can't give you medical advice. I'm just sharing with you what worked for me. And when people tell me, and this is just me, this is my opinion, this is my belief, when people tell me, you need to go look in a medical journal. No, the F I don't, because what I want isn't in a medical journal, right? All of the people that I see that are living the life I live don't care about the medical journals because they're living the life they want. They're happy. For me, when the people that are telling me to read the medical journals are so depressed. They're so depressed. I haven't met one yet. Just as this is me. You may have met 100. I haven't come across any yet. They're like, my PMDD is gone. I haven't come across that. Have I met people that are treating their PMDD holistic, that have a positive mindset, that have a great outlook on life and want to live? Yes, I have. So that's the direction I chose for me because that was best for me. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. You have to decide what works best for you. Don't watch this video and be like, oh, I need to do what she says. No, you might not agree with one thing I said, and that's okay. Whatever treatment, this is my advice, is whatever treatment, I don't know. Let's get this off. Sorry. I don't even know how to work this phone. When you are like going through like exploring treatment options and you're talking to people, I would ask questions, okay? When you go to the doctor, before you go, I would do research on what SSRIs or what medications you're willing to take and why. Do your research. Look up the side effects. Look up what happens if I take this for 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, and then I decide I want to get off of it. What happens? What are the long-term side effects? Okay, have all this down. So then that way you know, okay, well, like this causes this isn't really good, this isn't that bad. So have a list of what you're willing to do, right? And then go ask the doctor the question. Say, what happens? Like I read that this can cause cancer, this can cause tremors, or this could like has horrible sexual side effects. Like ask questions, right? And then when you're talking to people that are doing these forms of treatment, like people that are actually like on the treatment, ask them, has this worked for you? Don't just be like, oh yeah, much better. Well, how are you better? Explain it. If you had suicidal ideations, are they gone now? If like, are you happy? Do you have more good days? Like, are you like happy 80% of the time? Is your PMDD like 80% gone? Because if it's not gone, or not damn near gone, 80% or higher, I myself, you lost me. You lost me on that treatment, right? So, but it's so important to seek out a medical professional, whether that is, like for me, it would be a functioning medicine practitioner. For you, it might be a medical doctor, acupuncture, like whatever, yoga, meditation. There's so many things, and there's so many things that you can integrate together to come up with a perfect treatment plan for you. But the thing is you have to do your research. You have to decide what you're willing to do and decide what you're not willing to do. And then from there, research the things that you are willing to do. And then seek out somebody or multiple people that form of treatment has worked for, right? Because we're not one size fits all. But don't let anybody bully you into a type of treatment. Don't let anybody tell you that there's only one place to go for advice, right? I don't care if it's a mental illness, weight loss, whatever. Don't let anybody ever tell you that there's one all-be-all place to go for advice, because there's multiple places, and you owe it to yourself to do your research. So anyway, I feel like there's something else I wanted to share with you guys, but I didn't take notes. I wanted to get this video out there because it's PMDD Awareness Month. And another thing, you guys, I had this battle with PMDD Awareness Month. Like, you want to participate, but like for me, seeing all these posts, all it was great. I'm like, oh, everybody's spreading awareness about PMDD. I think it's fantastic, but it was like, it can be dark, because I know that people are trying to get their point across, that this is how PMDD makes me feel, and people need to understand that it's a real thing. I get that. For me, I had to unfollow most of the PMDD accounts because I don't like seeing darkness. And I know that PMDD doesn't define who I am, and I know that you don't have to stay in the dark place, you guys. I used to be in that dark place. Like, it's dark, it's lonely, it's bitter, it's angry, it's cold. I'm not going back there, which is why I choose to keep this strong. And I'm very mindful about who I spend my time with. I am very mindful about what I read and what I see, and like my social media. What do I want to see when I'm scrolling? You know, very mindful of those things. So anyway, that's my little story time. I don't know if that constitutes as a story time, but it was my version of a story time. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you haven't joined the Facebook community and you are looking for a positive tribe, the focus is on positivity, and like, if you want to be inspired, please join us on Facebook. It's the PMDD Tribe community. You can follow me on Instagram, PMDD Diaries, and I also have a podcast called PMDD Diaries. So anyway, thanks for watching. I always say I'm gonna try to make more YouTube videos, and that's my goal, that's my intention. So, but we'll see. I think I can break out one a month for sure, but we'll see. Have a good day.